welcome to Jim Totino Field at Totino-Grace High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Soccer on 12 Sports. It's the Champlin Park Rebels taking on the Totino-Grace Eagles, and a new rivalry developing perhaps here in the conference as Grace joins the league this year along with Irondale and Spring Lake Park. And I'm Jay Wilcox along with Kurt Moss, a former boys coach at Champlin Park. And Kurt, both of these teams, starting out decent this year. The Rebels at 2-4. They're trying to find themselves. They've got a lot of guys who haven't played a lot together in past years, and so they're trying to get on the same page more or less. And they feel that they're starting to head in that direction.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to be set up for the same thing that we had with the girls. You know, they're finding out who's going to fill what roles and who's going to step up into those leadership positions. And you know, as that comes together and throughout the year, then they can start putting some things together and build on it.
They feel like they've played a couple of pretty good games lately, and Coach Scott Dossett excited based on that they've played some solid games in their last couple. Meanwhile, Totino-Grace, a very new team after having a good year last year, a state tournament team, and they've got a lot of new faces in their lineup. A pretty good start, though, at 3-1-1, although they maybe haven't played the heart of the toughest part of their schedule just yet.
Yeah, again, you know, they're new to the conference, figuring out how it works, you know, how the things work up here in the Northwest Suburban. So again, they're just finding their way. They always seem to reload instead of rebuild. So looking forward to a great night.
They graduated a very outstanding goalkeeper last year, and they've got a guy that's stepping in to do some good work in that regard this year as well. And the Eagles looking to try and defend their home field here as they battle the Rebels here tonight. Stay tuned. Northwest Suburban Boys Soccer coming away next year on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
And welcome back here as we get set to begin play here at Totino-Grace High School. The Rebels will be in all blue and Totino-Grace in their home whites with blue numbers here. As a little bit of a cool night. You're seeing some long sleeves on the majority of the guys here, and not a terrible amount of wind, but it was kind of a culture shock this week from going basically from summer to feeling like it was mid-October. The last 2-3 days have been just a huge change. And we are underway here as Champlin Park will control it to start out with. Luis Duran possessing here, drops it on back for Nick Schmidtke, one of the captains. That one broken up by Jack Conroy there for the Eagles. And now Grace with Hamza Thompson. Doubled up there and loses it. They drop the pass back to Paul Winkleman. Switching fields here, and it glances out as a hard fall there. It'll be a throw for Champlin Park. Jordan Dvorak gets the return there. They drop it back to Caleb Aronson. Mike Baugh sending it ahead, but that one stopped by Andrew Keller.
Champlin doing a nice job early about connecting some passes, 3-4 passes. Totino-Grace doing a nice job of eventually, as we have a chance there, but eventually stepping up and making a play. But Champlin certainly possessing the ball a little bit more here at first.
Brandon Calkins, a keeper, had to come out for that one. It was not hit hard enough on the way back to him, and then he ended up having to play it with the foot there as a Grace Eagle saw an opportunity maybe to get a quick chance there, but Rebels able to cover it up. And this will be a throw coming here for Totino-Grace. Into the middle here to Jack Morey, and looking ahead now left side. Play goes on as Benjamin Carney was trying to get loose for a shot. They'll play it to the outside here to Carney. Now crossing it, looking to get a header at the top of the box. And jab forward there, and Brendan Calkins will come out. He's the second keeper to play this year for the Rebels, and Coach Scott Dossett said now they're kind of don't have a clear-cut number one. He's come in and done a pretty good job, and so they're going to kind of more or less a tryout for the rest of the way and see who will be their guy down the stretch.
Yeah, it's tough when you come in, you have that competition and nobody's clear-cut. You just you hope someone eventually steps forward and really grabs that position by the horns and makes it happen.
Mike Baugh with a nice interception there for the Rebels, puts the brakes on. Trying to beat the D there, went up the right side, and that one hammered out of there by Spencer Yeager, the senior for Totino-Grace. Throw here by Jordan Dvorak. Comes back to Baugh. Try to get it back to him here, but it'll roll out of play, and a throw coming for Grace. Yeager taking this throw in. Bounces free over to Jack Morey. Wants to switch fields here for Connor Mullen.
Totino settling it down here, trying to connect a few passes of their own, see if they can't find a crack in the opening of the defense of the Rebels.
They trade turnovers back and forth here, and bounces free now to Andrew Perriott, and he'll go to the outside. They try to get a return to him. Eagles wanted a handball call there, but it was ruled inadvertent. And this will be a throw coming up for the Eagles, and they quickly go to it, looking to go to Perriott. There's some question as to whose throw that was going to be, and then the Eagles tried to take advantage of the fact that Champlin Park wasn't really ready.
Yeah, he just picked it up and tried to be opportunistic, and figured if he's wrong, then they'll just bring it back, give it to Champlin. If they're right, they might be able to catch Champlin flat-footed.
Nice step in there to take it by Aronson for the Rebels. Drop that pass off for Dylan Burchill. Good step up by Jack Conroy to halt the momentum of that play for the Eagles. To the outside it goes, and it'll bounce around off of Champlin Park's Marcus Odarbe. And now Grace attacking. Hamza Thompson run off that one, and it will be a corner coming here for Grace.
First opportunity for a set piece here. See what Totino-Grace can draw up.
Connor Mullen will take this corner kick here for the Eagles. And Champlin Park gets first touch on that one, and now ahead to Mike Baugh. Nice ball ahead, and an opportunity here for the Rebels. Corey Mensah stops, fires with the left foot, but didn't get much of it. And Andrew Pick, the keeper, is there for Totino-Grace.
Certainly a dangerous opportunity there that the Baugh created, holding on to that ball, and good timing with the forward there. It was close to offsides. Get a chance to see it here. Tough to see where he was when the ball was played, but obviously the official was right there.
Mensah would sure like to have that one to do again. You're not going to necessarily get that many chances like that. And I thought there was a possibility that he could have kept going to the right foot there. He had a step. It didn't seem like a bad idea to do what he did, but he just didn't get much on the shot.
Yeah, sometimes when you're fumbling with the ball a little bit, you're just thinking of trying to get it off your foot and get a quality shot off instead of taking your time and getting that quality touch. Hopefully your teammates are gonna help you out and let you know when you have a little time.
They joust for it here. It will be a throw for Champlin Park. Rebels have kind of took it on the chin a little bit against a couple of their closer neighbors. Maple Grove and Osseo both scored 5 goals on them. They lost 5-0 to the Crimson and 5-1 to the Orioles. But they felt like they, as I said, played a lot better these last couple games. They were 2-1 loss to Park Center, a team that Grace tied. Here's an opportunity, and that one blocked down as Baugh tried to get the shot. Headed to the outside, and Lifted high into the middle of the field here. A long way to go to get to that one, though, for Thompson. But the Eagles do force the turnover. Morey sending it ahead and going to be offside.
Yep, just offside by a step. Going back to the losses, early in the season and people are trying to earn their spots and get comfortable. Those types of things will happen. No time to panic. Just relax, get your team together, and be playing the best ball at the end of the season.
And the last game was an overtime win over Spring Lake Park for Champlin Park. So sent ahead here off that free kick, but the Eagles wind up with it as Billy Walker took it. Headed out of there, but they'll get a second crack at it, trying to send it through. But Brandon Calkins, the keeper, will come out and grab it here for Champlin Park. Puts his left foot into it. Eagles control, drop back here to Spencer Yeager. Yeager sending one ahead, and Calkins will come out and able to win the race to that one. So he's had to do some moving out there so far here. And
yeah, he's come out and played those balls nicely. For Totino-Grace, you're thinking those through balls maybe get a little bit more to the corners so that he has to make a better decision. But he's done a Champlin Park goalie there. Calkins has done a nice job of making the plays he should, come on out aggressively and stifling their chances.
Throw in here for the Rebels. Little pass drop back and played to the outside off of Dvorak, and now Grace looking to quickly counter. Got a little bit too much of that one, though, as he tried to spring Kearney up the left side. Well, Kurt, we were talking before the game that you were first coach when the program started, and we were talking about it's been long. It doesn't feel that long at times, but it's been about 22 years now since Champlin Park High School opened and their soccer program started.
Yeah, we like I said, I had to get a few erasers and a few pencils out here, but yeah, you were around then too. It was fun. It's fun to start up a new program. It's fun to see where the program has come and how it's evolved. I try to still keep an eye on it, even though I'm not right there with it involved anymore. But it's always got a place in my heart, that's for sure. When I was there for the first 7 years of its creation, and it's fun to just set up some of the cornerstones that the teams are playing with now and building blocks. And like I said, it's just fun to set up a new program and see it develop.
And now the school has been around long enough that all of these kids obviously weren't even born. They probably, to them, it could have been 100 years. They don't. It's just always been there for those kids. So.
Exactly. We've seen it. We're still staying in touch with some of the players as we got a great chance here.
Hamza Thompson trying to get an opportunity. A big divot taken as they slid to a stop. Sent back and going to go back to the keeper here. Conroy sending it back for Andrew Pick.
Yeah, it's fun to just see how even the game has evolved. These guys are very athletic in speed. I don't remember it being quite like this. And 20-some years ago, the soccer was in a different place for us. A lot of skill, a lot of speed, a lot of power. It's fun to see how it's developed.
Grace gets the throw in here, and they go to it quickly here. Billy Walker swinging it across, trying to go to Mullen, but that one's going to go all the way through, and a throw in here for Champlin Park. Both teams just kind of a little back and forth early on here. Really haven't had any offensive chances to speak of. Good pace, but not able to generate a whole lot of offense the opening 10 minutes or so. Jack Morey controlling here, and that one's going to roll wide of the mark, and it'll be a goal kick here for Champlin Park.
Yeah, both teams trying to possess the ball, get some passes, see if you can't get that darting pass through. Someone's streaking through and see if you can't get one. It'll be interesting to see how this game plays out.
Heading it forward, Jack Conroy there to stop it for Grace, and he will leave it for Yeager. Comes to Kearney, doubled up and lost it, and then a foul call Jason Gonzalez was held there and a foul on Grace.
Free kick, Rebels.
So Champlin Park will line it up for this free kick here. Caleb Aronson had it knocked away immediately here, and Eagles trying to go on the offense. Dvorak will play it out of play, and a throw coming for Totino-Grace. Carney wanted to go quick, but then realized there wasn't anything really open, so decided to let his teammates get a chance to get themselves some space. Now Thompson with a cross. Comes back out. Carney then had his pass intercepted. Rebels trying to go right back the other way. That one right off the referee there as he tried to be invisible and stand still, but
They still hit him.
controlled here by Duran and then knocked away.
Throw in, Rebels.
Interesting in that these teams, their colors are not identical, but you know, overall, because Grace in many sports has some yellow worked into theirs, and Champlin Park has some silver worked in. But in terms of soccer-wise, their uniforms are Champlin Park's road ones look a lot like Totino's road ones, and vice versa here. So I have to always remind myself which one's which here a little bit. Rebels controlling as Baugh spinning around and fighting it out there with Carney.
Did a nice job of regaining control. Probably made one too many moves earlier, but was able to get it back.
Sending it ahead. Calkin's going to come way out and play it. Had to play it with the feet there. Now they crisscross, and Baugh controlling here for Champlin Park. Puts on the brakes. A left-footed chip to the middle, but broken up by Peter McHugh. Comes back to McHugh ultimately there. Neither team possessing for very long in this one. You know, partly by design, you want to be quick with the ball, but also just kind of turnovers back and forth so far too.
Yeah, I'm sure that both teams want to put together, build their attack a little bit more, but you know, they're seeing something where they might be able to knife through. Nice save there by the Totino-Grace goalie.
Boy, Pick was coming out off his line a little bit, and I think he was fooled just a bit, but he got back into position nicely there, as that one was sent goalward, and could have been trouble there, but he got back to it. And we were commenting before the game, he's a tall keeper too, and so you're going to probably find it hard to lob over him compared to some.
Certainly used the height to his advantage there, reaching way high for that cross. So I'm sure Champlin wants to try to keep it a little lower next time we do something.
Lifted ahead toward Baugh there, broken up by Conroy. Now Andrew Keller gaining control here for the Eagles. Bounces free into the middle. That one mishit a little bit, but good recovery there as O'Darby got control back, but his pass taken by Billy Walker. Now the Eagles looking to attack through the middle. Tried to send one through to Thompson again, but comes right to the keeper. No score on the board. No real good chances so far here in this first half, as the Eagles and the Rebels have their regular season meeting here. Both Northwest Suburban Conference teams. We talked about quite a bit in the girls' game that those fans who don't know, Totino-Grace, Irondale, and Spring Lake Park all joining the conference this season, this school year, in all sports. Grace had been playing football in the conference for a couple of years already, but the rest of the sports now just joining for the first time, along with Irondale and Spring Lake Park, who they had previously been in the North Suburban with, so they've had long-standing rivalries with those two schools and have played probably some of the others, I think, in other sports. Obviously, it's not too far away and from a good number of the Northwest Suburban schools, so it isn't like they've never met in a lot of these sports.
Well, and a lot of the kids who Totino-Grace draws from are from the area too. And as these kids grow up and they play these, their traveling leagues and their AAU leagues and things like that, a lot of them know each other from the area, sometimes playing on the same team with these other ones. So a lot of kids, the way things are set up now, certainly know each other before they even step on the field.
Battle for it along the line. I do think it'll be interesting, as we talked about too. For a program like Totino-Grace, I would say, I think it's a safe bet to say they're probably going to have worse records in a lot of sports maybe than what they're used to, but they might become better teams by playing slightly better competition.
Yeah, you certainly want, as a coach, you want to play the better competition, measure yourself up, and just to see where the next level is. And if that's what the coaches, I'm sure almost all of them want. There's no sense in winning 7-0 in a soccer game or 10-0 in a soccer game. You'd rather step it up and see if you can compete with those next level teams.
And I think that they have, tried to do that a lot of non-conference play. But let's face it, when you're in a conference with somebody, a big portion of your schedule is kind of predetermined, and you just have to kind of do it. And you're right. In a lot of cases, those kind of games don't really do either team a whole lot of good.
Yeah, and it's interesting how the conference is setting up for the different sports. In soccer they're doing one time through the conference where they're playing everybody, and in some of the other sports they're splitting them into sides. Some of them are doing 1.5 rounds, but Totino will get a good test here all year long. I think as they play the rest of the Northwest Suburban schools, and they'll get a wide range of styles and attacks.
Here's an opportunity now for the Rebels up the left side. Good fight to get back in it, though, by Jack Conroy. It will be a throw-in for the Rebels as Corey Mensa was trying to get a shot away, but Conroy was having none of it.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Conroy.
And that one will be sent well wide of the mark. A goal kick upcoming. I do think Totino-Grace, not to slight the other two, but I do think they're probably in a better position to be competitive across the board in sports maybe than Spring Lake Park and Irondale are. Just certainly those schools each have their programs where they're pretty solid, probably Spring Lake Park even more so, but I think Grace is possibly a little bit more, at a high level when you look across the board at sports coming into the league.
Yeah, especially in football. I mean, they have a great tradition and a great thing going there. And yeah, I think they'll be able to step in and certainly compete at the conference level, and night in and night out give the other teams a battle.
And that's one of the things that here's an opportunity perhaps as Baugh tries to get forward. And one of the things I've really kind of enjoyed about the Northwest Suburban, for the most part, you're not seeing one school or two schools that are winning everything, and that it isn't, given year after year that the same team is always going to win, and certain programs have had their high moments that, maybe in this sport, you think of something like Coon Rapids baseball, they've still continued to do very well, even if the rest of their sports haven't always done as well. You look at, Park Center winning a girls basketball state title last year, things like that, so that you've had your moments of success for almost all of the schools, and I think that's been a big plus. Here's Marcus O'Darbe trying to send one netward there, but a defender got a piece of it, and Pick will come out and grab it here for Totino-Grace.
Still trying to fill each other out here on the teams, and then, like you said, not great quality chances for either team yet. And both teams, pressuring the ball nicely. There's a shot.
Yeah, shot rolled along the ground by Ebumo Namara for Totino-Grace.
Certainly took his time, set up well. You could just tell he just did not catch that one square.
Maybe it all surprised we've seen guys trying to play over the top and attack long as much as we have.
And that's probably part of the style that they're trying to do 2, 3, 4 passes, see if they can't get something knifing through and get something early. Now I think we're starting to see it settle down a little bit, building the attack, putting even more 6, 7, 8 passes together, and try to get a little deeper with some numbers.
Mensa controlling here. He will drop it back and then chipped ahead. This one was offside anyhow, and Pick will come out and grab it.
play on advantage, the official says.
And Pick gets plenty on this kick. It doesn't seem like the wind is much of a factor. That was pretty much just all him.
Yeah, I think it's pretty still. It's certainly crisp out there, but there isn't much wind that'll factor into the game.
Knocked away from Totino-Grace's Austin Lohr, who's checked in number 7, so it'll be a throw here for the Eagles. Namara will throw it in as James Shalou comes in for Grace. They've started to kind of take a little bit more of the possession time here again, although so far, as we said, not really a lot of chances either way, or really much of anything to speak of in terms of chances, I guess you'd say. Aronson sending it ahead. Too far there for Ba, and a throw coming here for Grace.
And that's one of the interesting things about soccer. You can play a game where you might possess the ball a lot, but you have one little slip up, and all of a sudden the other team scores, and you're down 1-0, even though you feel like you've been winning the battles and dominating the game. It's all about putting it back of the net when you get the opportunity.
Conroy switching fields here, looking to go to Keller. Keller's pass intercepted there by Odarbe. Eagles trying to fight and get it back, and they do with Shalou. Knocked ahead, and now they have some numbers. Morey controlling it here. Morey up the middle, playing it toward the outside. There's still an opportunity as Shalou will get to it and send across. And volleyed toward the front, and Calkins able to come up with it off the back heel there of Namara, trying to go back to the weak side with it. And
got tough, yeah, tough there. Namara got a little deeper in, and so he was playing the ball behind him as it came across. It was a tough position to play it, but tries to get something on it, redirect it, throw it in the middle, and see if something will break it loose.
Try to go up the line with it, a little dangerous back to the middle there. Rebels scrambling to trying to avoid turning it over here. And we will get a throw coming here for the Rebels. Well, first they're going to bring the sub in off the bench. Francis Egbajar coming in. Throw in controlled here by Duran for Champlin Park, but not for long. Taken by Morey, now sending it far post, but Calkins will win that race pretty easily.
Nice play by Calkins, just recognizing to go and clean up that play.
And this one's going to bounce out, and we will get a throw here for Totino-Grace, and they will look to attack from the back here to throw it around, switch fields, and use that open space. Morey battling, drops it back. We get a foul call against the Rebels.
See another set piece here by the Eagles. Looks like they're just going to take some time, maybe throw it up into the mix and see if they can't get ahead on it.
Jack Conroy lining it up here for Grace. He's going to go short with it now to Vettel. Puts it into the middle. And this one might be a corner, I believe, for Grace. Yep.
Smart play, actually, there by Totino. When I predicted they were going to go long, they went short so that they possessed the ball and got a little closer to make something happen.
Adam Vettel lining it up for the corner kick here for Totino-Grace. Their second corner. Where they're all coming at once. The header bounces, and Calkins able to control it. Headed it down to the ground and didn't have much on it anymore by that point.
But they had, they had Calkins out. He came out to play the ball, missed it. If he got anything going towards the goal with that head, I think Calkins would have been in tough shape there. But you know what? Sometimes the ball bounces the right way for you.
Namara to the outside and sending one across there, and Calkins able to grab it up. Another look at what Kurt's talking about here as he went out, couldn't get it, but they just didn't get enough on it to be able to direct it. Though that play right there might show a little bit of a difference between grass and turf, though, too. I think heading it downward off the turf, sometimes, I'm not saying it would have went in necessarily on artificial turf there, but I think the chances would have been a lot better.
Certainly would skip it a little bit more, and like you said, give yourself a better chance. But we're not playing on turf tonight. We're playing on the regular grass, so it worked out for Champlin there.
Stolen by Vettel, and as we talked about earlier, both of these teams do play on grass too, so it isn't a big switch for either to be back here on the natural stuff here. So a throw coming here for Champlin Park. First, they're going to sub in Dylan Burchill.
In for Champlin Park, number 17, Dylan.
Totino-Grace certainly seem to have, like you said, the possession right now, able to connect their passes. Champlin just isn't able to build anything right now. I'm sure they're looking to try to do so. So look for them to maybe try to control it a little bit more.
Kept in along the line there. Duran holding off the defender. Now they try to get it to Baugh. Knocked loose, and Grace coming back. Well, not for long, though. Broken up there by Winkleman. Teams trade turnovers back and forth. And then sent ahead. Conroy gets there first, though, and quickly turns it to the outside. And good hustle to keep that one alive by Yeager. Yeager booming it long. Lohr tried to go outside with it, but didn't quite connect. Throw in for the Rebels here, down to about 11:35 to play in this first half, and a scoreless battle. Now Bach gaining control here for Champlin Park. He will knock it off an Eagle player to get a throw in, and they quickly go back in now. And that one's going to be sent wide of the mark.
Good effort there by Champlin. Just get something going towards the goal. They need a little something to break loose and try to get control of the game a little bit. And I think you just try to throw it at the goal, see if you couldn't get something to go the right way.
Jason Gonzalez checking back into the lineup here for the Rebels. And it'll come to Gonzalez here. They're able to win it back. Gonzalez dropping it over on the left side. And then broken up. Shalou turns and sends it up the line here, and the race is on. And Namara able to push it ahead to himself. Sends it across, and it bounces all the way past everyone. Lohr able to run it down, and then that pass blocked. They quickly get it right back, though. And a left-footed shot's going to sail way up and over the top by Jack Morey.
Dangerous play there by Totino. Good speed on the outside, cross it over in the mix. The forward was there to make a play, just could not connect on it, and Champlin did a good job just holding their composure, keeping their assignments, and clearing it away.
Controlled by Gonzalez. They work it to the outside now, Dvorak. And a little bit behind Gonzalez there off the foot of Duran, so quick throw in here by Grace. And they're going to be knocked out. Eagles will get another throw in just past Champlin Park's bench. Namara will trigger it in here for Totino-Grace. Knocked away as he tried to return it to Namara, and it's going to go out of play off of Grace's Carney. So throw here for Champlin Park. And they quickly turn it over. Morey controlling here. He'll push it out wide right for Shalou. Dropping it to Andrew Keller, and they get a little something set up here. High to the top of the box. It's going to bounce free to the other side, and had a foul call there. going against Totino-Grace. Little hold, it looked like. So free kick here coming for the Rebels. You know, a little bit different in what we've probably a couple weeks ago. You were thinking more about heat and all that. Where now, guy who gets out there and works up a good sweat and then comes and sits down. It can be a little bit of a problem because it is cold enough that muscles start to tighten up a little bit, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm sure that the guys out there playing right now are very comfortable and probably a nice little change for them. But the problem is when you sub those guys out, yep, they are, a little filled with sweat, and that quickly turns over, and then what do you do? Put on a jacket? Well, then you might start sweating again. So it's definitely a little different situation that usually doesn't happen for another month or so.
Rebels force a turnover here. Baugh nearly went down, but got quickly to his feet and sending a through ball there, looking for Egbujor. Conroy spins away, and Shalou. Namara trying to volley that one high and control it. Sends it ahead, but it'll be a throw coming here for Champlin Park. Just over 7 minutes to play here in the opening half. Not many chances so far, just kind of been back and forth. Neither team really dominating, maybe slight edge in play to Grace, but just kind of back and forth in midfield. Changes of possession often here. Eagles getting control.
Champlin just seems to always step up and answer when they need to, and vice versa. Totino, and whenever Champlin's been able to put a few passes together and build an attack, they've been able to answer defensively as well.
Nice play there by Winkleman. Although I think Grace thought the ball had come up and hit his hand there. It'll be just a throw here for the Eagles. Knocked ahead, Grace, and that little through ball. Race is on. Calkins will slide out and get there just ahead of Namara.
Nice play by Calkins.
Showing no fear as he went for that one.
Yeah, that's tough. You're kind of, as a goalie, you're exposed. You're laid out, and you got two guys. One of them's on your side, but they're coming at you with blazing with their cleats going. So that was a great play.
Foul call there going against Champlin Park. A little hold as you're tangling, and so the Eagles will get a free kick out of it here as Conroy lines it up. He slips down, but still got plenty of foot on it. Morey controlling, goes outside with it, looking for Carney. Crosses it way to the far side. Shalou got a piece of it, but that's all. And I think we're going to get a trip call there against Grace.
Another good play by Grace, or they take it in deep, bring it back. Probably played a little bit far away. Some of those forwards had to now play coming back, but certainly trying to create those chances to be successful.
Free kick boomed up the middle there, but a nice backpedaling header there for the Eagles. And they're going to play back to the keeper, Calkins. Plays it to the outside for Odarbe. Knocked away, but it'll be a throw here for Champlin Park. And the return, though, didn't hit him, or they thought he was going to be moving up a little bit. And so the Eagles quickly get it right back. They're going to make substitutions, though. Andrew Perriott and Hamza Thompson coming back into the match here for Grace. Tap back and served into the middle there. Winkleman broke it up. It'll be another throw here for Totino-Grace.
Well, 4 minutes ago here, Totino's going to take their time, make sure that they have the numbers that they want up in the box, and see if they can't take advantage here late in the first half.
Comes right back out to Keller, who threw it in. Headed back out of there, and it's going to go out of play. They'll get another throw as Nick Schmidtke stepped up with the header there for the Rebels. And a follow-up here. It changes directions, but that shot will go wide of the mark. But it's a corner coming.
Kick for Totino, yep. Again, Totino's going to take their time, build their attack, see if they can't ride something out into halftime here.
Hamza Thompson will line it up for the corner. Interesting, though, they really start everybody way up high and then send them on a run.
Yeah, and Champlin, is taking them man to man, and you can see it created a great chance there for Totino.
Boy, Jack Morey, they had the timing there, but he just couldn't really connect on it. And that one will be sent out. We get another throw here for Totino-Grace. Well, they're possessing the ball, and field position has been their favor, but it hasn't resulted in chances, although they have to still feel better about that than the alternative, that they're not controlling things or not possessing.
Exactly, and when you get the transition, and now as we transition back, now it's a foot race.
Thompson beaten to that one by Schmidtke, but he has to clear it. It'll be another throw coming up here for Totino-Grace, and little by little you start to, seize control a little bit when you're able to continuously get throw-ins.
Yeah, they are able to get a lot more people forward into the mix, and you can see Champlin countered last time, had a dangerous opportunity, but that's the gamble you take when you start throwing a lot of bodies into your forward zone.
Pass broken up, and the Rebels able to get control back here with Burchill sending it long up the left side. Baugh able to run onto it. Trying to cut it back to the middle. Nice job to jab it away from him there by Conroy. And that pass comes into the middle, and it's turned over. Tried to spring Baugh there. Eagles were either very much in the right place or maybe a little fortunate too.
A little of both. Sometimes it's good to be to have both things working for you.
Drop back outside for a volley into the middle, but that one quickly cleared. Now it's the Rebels' turn to try and generate some heat, but not happening there. Thompson, and he's held up. It'll be a foul call going against Champlin Park's Winkleman.
That was a good play. The defender put it out more to the side instead of up the middle, giving your forward their opportunity to run on.
Billy Walker taking this free kick here for Grace. Chipping it to the far side. Strong header, though. Rebels maybe dodge a bullet a little bit there as they are able to get the clear, and now the race is on the other way. Baugh trying to get there. Down he goes. And we are going to get a foul call, although I think he was just outside the box.
I think that's what the official's calling it at least. And he was. It was outside the box. That's a good call.
10, 9,
Time winding down in the half here. Can they get things lined up and go?
4, 3.
And they're going to ask him to stop the clock because Grace was wandering around trying to stop a last shot attempt here.
Nice job by the officials.
They did not, looks like they did not ask him to put any time back on the clock though, really though, so it stopped at .5. I don't know if.
So, yeah, I don't know. Oh, and he started it there.
Baugh will line it up. He fires, and the stop is made. The clock reading 0 now, so that is going to do it. It was like they allowed him one shot there almost. And so the shot stopped at the end. A little drama at the final seconds of the half as we got a foul call, but just outside the penalty area. So we have come to the halfway point in tonight's boys contest. Champlin Park 0, Totino-Grace 0. We'll have first half highlights and more for you coming up on 12 Sports.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
And welcome back here, halftime of the boys contest in Northwest Suburban Boys Soccer, Champlin Park and Totino-Grace, and some halftime festivities here. We'll let you take a look at this as we get set to bring you highlights here as the Eagles coming out for halftime.
Let's have a nice round of applause for your Totino-Grace E-Gals fall dance team.
Welcome back. That's the Totino-Grace Eagles dance team. They've been very successful through the years, and a good performance out here at halftime of this one. Champlin Park nothing, Totino-Grace nothing in the boys game. We'll have our highlights and then the second half coming up here right on 12 Sports.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. you could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
And welcome back here. A cool night at Totino-Grace High School as the Eagles host Champlin Park here in Northwest Suburban Boys Soccer. We'll take a look at some first half highlights. And to be honest, there wasn't a ton of offense in that first half, but we'll get a look at some of the little bit of chances that we did see. As a long shot there taken and almost got over the top, but Andrew Pick able to get back and get to it. And then pretty well-placed low shot there that the keeper Calkins had to range over for Champlin Park. And then this one just winning the race to that ball. And then off the corner kick, opportunity as the ball knocked down to the turf, but not able to get a lot on it there. And then another one. This one looked pretty dangerous as it was developing. And right before halftime, we had probably maybe the most interesting sequence. We had that foul call right outside the box, and they stopped the clock and allowed them to get that one shot in on a free kick, but it was stopped by Pick. As you can look at the numbers in the first half, not a lot of quality shots for either team, pretty equal. A few more fouls for Grace, so they had the only 3 corner kicks, which maybe was one big difference in that first half. We'll see who can break the deadlock here on this cool night at Jim Totino Field. The Rebels and the Eagles scoreless. The second half coming up next here on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
That's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Heavy jackets on the sideline and in the stands now, as we talked about. It's fall has come early here in middle of September, and these teams, though, probably not minding too much when you're out there running around as they're getting set for this second half, but it's when you get cooled down, as we talked about. So 0-0, we had a few chances, but not a lot in that first half, and kind of as we started to talk about a real interesting one right at the end of the half, as there was a foul called first to Totino-Grace, you know, kind of was thinking it wasn't a foul at all, and Champlin Park was thinking it should have been in the box. Ultimately, I think they got things right, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think the foul was outside the box, and then Totino was obviously trying to take some time and stall it out and see if they couldn't let the clock go. The official stopped it and at least gave Champlin Park a chance to do something with that opportunity.
And so we will begin half number 2 with Totino-Grace possessing it here. They are in white and Champlin Park in the blue, if you're just joining us. Girls game was won by Grace 2-0 after a 0-0 halftime tie. They got the only 2 goals of the second half, but quite honestly, there were definitely more chances in that girls game than what we saw. Wasn't quite the same kind of 0-0 as what we saw in this first half.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth in the middle of the field. Totino-Grace, I think, possessed the ball a little bit better, but they didn't get them a whole lot of more quality chances than Champlin Park did. Interesting to see what type of adjustments the coaches made at halftime, and see if they can't counter the other team.
A little turnover there nearly led to a chance for Thompson, but they got a little too much on it, and Calkins won the race easily for that one. Overrun by a couple of players there. The Rebels gain possession now. Baugh dropping it back. A lot of players in a little short space there, and now they'll spread it out a little bit. Try and send it across to the right side for the Rebels, but overrun there. Lobbed up the middle of the field and cleared away.
You know, as it gets a little chillier at night, the grass starts to get a little dewy. You know, then the ball has a tendency to skip on some of those longer through balls, things like that. So they really have to concentrate and play position defense very well, so that one ball just doesn't happen to skip through, and the other team an opportunity to make something happen, as the Totino-Grace does here.
Corner kick opportunity for the Eagles. Patrick Rafter will take this corner. And it come high to the top of the box. Thompson gets his head on it and mishandled just a bit there by Calkins, but he's able to recover and make the stop. They got the ball where they wanted to. Hamza Thompson getting a header with, you know, something on it, decent shot, and Calkins forced to come up with a save there.
Yeah, it was certainly Calkins was certainly in the right position, made the original save. Big chip there by Totino, and was able to collect it in.
Another look at that last corner kick. As you see, Thompson got a pretty good piece of that one, and a little short hopper there. And earlier, you know, I kind of said mishandle. I'm not so sure that was the case as much. Looking at it again, he really just smothered it because he knew it was going to be a short hop.
Just got his body behind it, kind of blocked it, and was able to step up and collect it.
Grace kind of looking pretty ready to go here to begin half number 2, and they're going to get a throw in out of it here.
Certainly putting the pressure on Champlin. Champlin hasn't been able to break out yet. The Eagles doing a nice job of just kind of keeping it in the zone and looking for something to break.
Header there, trying to spring somebody on the weak side, but Calkins reads that one and gets to it. They'll fight for it there at midfield, and Rafter getting a little frustrated, getting a little push. I think we're going to have a free kick for the Rebels there. Hard to get away with that when you put both hands out and give them a shove.
Yeah, it happened to be right here in front of us, but certainly was an easy call for the official, and You know, now he's gotten the attention of the official, so he's got to make sure that he keeps his hands down and plays clean.
Duran was trying to line it up to get a shot away. Pinballed back and forth out of there. And now Thompson coming away with it here for Totino-Grace. Nice ball ahead there, and then knocked away. Got it out in front of him. Too much was Perry out there. Just hit that one a lot harder than he wanted to.
Yeah.
Just wanted to dribble a little bit. And
he was giving everything he could to get to that ball, and just couldn't take a soft little touch on it.
Conroy dropping it back. We'll try and go up the line to Thompson, but a good job on the header by O'Darby. Now Baugh trying to get to this one. Eagles don't panic. Almost a turnover forced by Gonzalez, and now he does get to it. Tried to play it to Baugh, and this one is going to be a corner kick coming for Champlin Park, as they nearly forced, or did force a turnover, but nearly got a great scoring chance as well. Gonzalez and Baugh there, but Eagles recovered.
Yeah, they do a nice job pressuring the ball and got something to break there, creating an opportunity. And I believe this is their first corner kick of the night.
Knocked away, and it'll come out to Thompson. He has a lot of field in front of him here. The race is on. Thompson plays it out to himself here, waits for a little help. Good job, though, defensively to stick with it by Schmidtke. Grace gets a throw in.
One of the things with those corner kicks, if you're able to get a quick header out or a clearing play, it can leave your forwards out there and give them an opportunity to go one-on-one or two-on-one on the quick transition.
Pass was blocked, and then Baugh gets the pass away. He collides with an Eagle player, but the play goes on. Conroy lifting this one high in the air. Rebels able to gain control just briefly, but Thompson knocked it away. Now they get it out to Thompson. Nice little touch back to Rafter. Rafter fighting through a Rebel who wanted a call but didn't get it. Comes back to Thompson. He'll drop it over, and the shot trying to go up into the top corner there, but just failing to hit it was Jack Morey. Pretty good unselfish play by Thompson there, as he saw somebody to his left with even more space.
Yeah, he did a nice job trying to put things together. Champlin player there got caught kind of looking to the referee instead of playing the ball, and Totino took advantage.
Thompson dropping it over, an opportunity just a little too far out front. And then cleared out of there by the Rebels, but Totino-Grace seems to have made some adjustments there. They're consistently being able to get a little bit of opportunity upfield. And this one's going to be offside on Champlin Park.
The defenders there for the Eagles did a nice job playing together as a unit and stopping and holding their line to easily draw that Champlin player offsides.
I don't know why they had a throw in there. I think it was supposed to be an offside call, wasn't it?
certainly wasn't an offsides call, but I suppose maybe the official called advantage for the throw in. Maybe I'm not quite sure.
Eagles have come out strong here in the second half and definitely controlling play for the most part here in the opening minutes of this second half, but nothing on the board yet for either club here as we're at 0-0 early in half number 2. Sent to the middle there, that one broken up. Comes right back out for another try, and they'll go left side with it. And this one's going to roll all the way through, and Calkins will grab it up here. Lifting that one out toward midfield. Duran controlling here for Champlin Park. Now they swing it over left side here, looking to Burchill. He slips and falls on that wet grass.
It's starting to be a factor out there with how slick the conditions are starting to be.
Now Baugh cutting it to the middle. He'll play it to the outside and wanted to go to Gonzalez. And it'll be a throw in there. He might have had an opportunity to go toward the net a little bit more himself there, but
certainly looked like it from up here, but you know, from down there you certainly see things differently.
trying to spring Thompson, but getting there first with Schmidtke. Now the Rebels trying to counter. Chipping it ahead, and it will be offside. It was close. So free kick coming here for Totino-Grace. Play's kind of starting to open up a little bit. You get the feeling that we've got a little more opportunity maybe for something to develop in terms of a goal or a 2-on-1 chance or something for both teams.
Yeah, I think as the conditions do get a little more slick, that touches become harder. The play can just you know, you get a little lucky bounce here, turnover here, and you're able to transition the other way and make a play, make something happen.
O'Darby taking the throw in here for Champlin Park. And that battle won by the Eagles and Hamward back upfield by Walker. Now Thompson ranging over to get it here for Totino-Grace, and nobody there on that pass, so the Rebels will come up with it. But then they turn it back over. Play to the outside. Rafter racing after it here for Grace. Rafter cannot get around the defender. However, it will be a corner kick coming up. As hustling over there was Marcus O'Darby, but it will result in a corner here for Grace. Rafter will take it.
It's an opportunity here for they like to set everybody wide and flood the area.
Goes far post with it, and that one directed out front. And diving over is Calkins to get to it. Now Rafter trying to keep it alive. Looks like he did so, but it'll be only Rebels back there to get. Strong header there, and Grace trying to get it right back. Thompson nicely plays it around the defender. Hamza Thompson with some space, looking far post, and that one headed away. Good job to get back in there and break it up by Dvorak.
Throw in PG.
Look at the opportunity off that last corner kick for Totino-Grace.
Good header by that outside midfielder. Nice down, giving your other players an opportunity to make a play. Just nobody happened to be right where they needed to be.
Another corner kick upcoming here for Totino-Grace, and if you're Champlin Park, you have to be getting a little nervous to be giving up this number of corner kicks. Again, going far post with it, and that one, nobody in a position to play it. Rebels, though, play it out. And it'll be a throw in here for Totino-Grace, and I think that was a little bit of an indication that Champlin Park's feeling the pressure a little bit. Gonzalez wasn't really pressured that much, but just turned and played it out to give his team a chance to regroup.
Yeah, I think, obviously the Champlin coaches are probably a little nervous about how much play is being done in their third of the field, but so far they've been able to dodge the bullets and not get hurt.
Up the left side, this will be an offside call against Totino-Grace. Their bench not necessarily in agreement. So free kick coming up here for Champlin Park.
You do get a sense, though, just something's going to break through. Something's going to just skip on through, and someone's going to get an opportunity. And that could be for either team.
Eagles taking the throw in out near midfield here. Try to go to Rafter. That one stolen by O'Darby. Steps between a couple players. The next pass, though, intercepted as Rafter rotated back nicely. And his pass, in turn, is picked off. And we get a trip and then a major collision there. There had already been a foul called on Grace, so they don't get anything on the second. It was just a little crash into each other there, and it looks like a little bit shaken up. There is Gonzalez for the Rebels. Might have been kind of a knee-on-knee hit here. Right. No, he got stepped on. He was the first guy, and then bang, the second one got a little bit rough too. So the Rebels get possession, although they probably took the worst of those collisions the way it looked.
Those things have a tendency to hurt a little bit more as well when it's this chilly outside.
Thompson sending it ahead and racing in to break it up is Winkleman. Thompson's a skilled player for Grace. He's been able to generate some things quite a bit here in the second half already.
Yeah, he slid that one nicely to the forward, although the Champlin Park defender there did a nice job of just coming to play it out and live to fight another day.
Burchell breaks it up, but it will be a throw down toward the corner here for Totino-Grace. Keller will trigger it in. And the Rebels get the head on that one first. Taken back though, but then mishit. And it'll be a throw coming here for Champlin Park as they bring subs in here. Francis Egbajor and Sasan Ramani coming back in for the Rebels. They don't have a particularly deep bench. They're not carrying a lot of players for the varsity game. Not going to sub a ton, obviously, with what they've brought with them. And O'Darby trying to dry that ball off a little bit. I think that gives you a good indication of what Kurt was talking about with the temperature where it's at. We're getting a fair amount of dew on the grass. Ball just knocked away as Winkleman doing a solid job back there for the Rebels. Totino-Grace going to regroup and attack again from out high. Winkleman there stepping up with the header.
Good play by Winkleman there. If that one happens to get through, I don't know what forward was ready, but they were ready to pounce on that if that was able to sneak through.
Vettel coming back into the lineup here for Totino-Grace. Headed back out. Eagles will get another throw. They have pretty much controlled this second half. Again, it's not resulting in tons of chances or many really good chances, but you know they've definitely possessed the ball a lot more. They've gotten corners, they've gotten a lot of throw-ins, so that part is to their favor. But now to take that next step and really get a quality of shot attempts.
Yeah, it's certainly a positive thing that you're controlling the game and doing something, but then you can turn around and just be frustrated that you know what, you're still 0-0 and you're one mistake or one skip ball away from not being on the winning side. So as this game wears on, you think Totino really looking to try to put one in and possess it, and Champlin here looking to have a quick turnover and be able to go the other way and put one in for themselves.
Throw in here for the Rebels, but they lose possession now, and Grace will try and start it out the right side. Pressure on, and it's off a Champlin Park player, so a throw in. Up the sideline it comes, and O'Darby falls, but now a quick throw in coming to Thompson. Thompson firing, and he scores! They go in a hurry off the throw, and Hamza Thompson rips it into the top corner, and Grace takes the lead.
That was a nice job of Totino-Grace just kind of catching Champlin Park off balance a little bit. Quick throw. He's able to settle the ball, hit the outside of the foot, and bend it in that upper right corner.
Rafter got it to him, one touch, and well placed.
You can see how much that ball actually bends. Got a hand on it, but that was just a hard shot from point blank range.
I think he did a good job too of disguising. You know, he didn't really give away when he was going to take that shot, and it caught Calkins just a little bit flat-footed just because he thought maybe another touch was coming, and you got to like the shot, and obviously the throw-in was on target too from Rafter. So Grace does break through. We talked about how many times they've been how much time they've been possessing and how many throw-ins and corners they've had. So then they convert right off the throw-in there.
Yeah, and that's a load off of Totino's mind a little bit. They can kind of breathe and say, finally, we broke through. You know, but you gotta be careful not to just sit back, you know, and rest on that. They need to continue, and because Champlin's going to certainly try to answer the call and pick up their pressure on the ball.
Drop back here. Rafter looking to go to Thompson. Wow, that one just broken up. Now it comes out front again, and that one cleared away. The Eagles really wanting to press the attack here after that goal. They've started to look a lot sharper. But Champlin Park quickly looking to counter. Baugh coming back the other way. And he was held up. It'll be a free kick coming here for Champlin Park.
And that's what opens it up. If you know, you get too many Grace players moving forward, and all of a sudden you get a quick transition, and that leaves a couple of forwards for Champlin off to the races.
I think Baugh was kind of hoping advantage would be called there and be able to continue that run, but they definitely did see that he was held up. So opportunity off the set piece here for Champlin Park. Pick coming out to punch that one away.
Nice play by Pick coming off his line, punching that harmlessly out to the sideline so that his players have a chance to regroup.
Burchill triggering it in. Thompson trying to take it away. And then the Rebels will bring it back to the top. Winkleman circling around it to get an opportunity and sends it ahead for Baugh, and he gets control. Here's his shot, and that one's going to roll to the side. Maybe it was more
Still
of a pass.
play.
Yeah, they got an opportunity. Burchill crossing it. Follow up, and that is in.
Is that
Baugh getting the goal for Champlin Park as they time it perfectly. Burchill sending it across, and Baugh evens things up at a goal apiece. It looked like he had an opportunity for a shot initially, and I thought he was shooting, but it looked like it turned out to be more of a pass, but they stuck with it.
Yeah, I think it was an initial shot, just went really wide, and that is a great cross and a great finish by Baugh.
Can't beat that one. Perfect timing. Pick was coming out, but partly the good thing too, like you talked about earlier, Kurt, is you have to keep those crosses, you know, wide enough that the keeper can't really get to them or doesn't even try to.
Yeah, and Baugh did a nice job staying out of the play so that when he was attacking the goal, he was facing the goal rather than getting in deep and having to play the ball coming away from the goal.
Long shot attempted here, and that one will sail high and wide. So comparatively to the first half, you kind of say the floodgates opening a little bit here as the teams score goals just about a little less than 3 minutes apart here. And so Totino-Grace took the lead. Now the Rebels have answered with Baugh's goal, and we're at one apiece.
They just get a sense that just the game right now is just picked up pace. Both teams are playing more intense, and you just have a feeling that we might be in for a few more goals before this one is over.
And I don't know if it was really intentionally or not, but it kind of seemed like they were playing more cautious in the first half, and now they're just saying, let's go out and try, rather than just keep them from scoring, let's go and try and get one ourselves.
Exactly.
That pass broken up. Rebels will have to circle back and try again, so they get a big shot in the arm after Grace had really kind of taken control of the game and also taken the lead on the scoreboard. Rebels quickly answer. Great pass, Burchill. Great finish, Baugh. Throw in coming out front. Couldn't get a shot attempt away, and the Eagles will clear it on out of there. stepping up but unable to keep it in.
Back in for the Eagles, number 20, Uma Namara, and number 7.
Aronson there, or check that, Schmidtke.
Yeah, when those defenders step up, when the other team tries to clear it out, the defenders step up. You're hoping to keep that ball in play, just to keep the pressure on. If you're not able to keep it in play, then the other team gets a chance to kind of regroup and get themselves out of their own zone.
Good step up by Odarbe, but the Eagles get it back. However, Rafter can't keep control, so throw coming here for Champlin Park. Cleared off of Rafter, another throw for the Rebels. You can kind of see they've been really energized by that.
Yeah, they've had a couple of quick throw-ins on their own.
Baugh trying to get control. Jab loose from him. It will be off of the Eagles, I believe. Yep, throw for Champlin Park. Burcho will take this throw here for the Rebels. Baugh trying to spin past Rafter and was held by Rafter. Free kick here for Champlin Park.
Another set piece for Champlin Park. These are dangerous, especially this time of night, as that ball can skip around.
Aronson will go right toward the net. Pick juggled it briefly, but nobody around to bother him there, and he was able to scoop it up. And up the sideline it comes. They're not able to keep it alive, though, so Champlin Park will get a throw. Quick turnover, though. Conroy getting it ahead there to Maury there, and now out of play. We get a throw for Champlin Park, so they've kind of taken the momentum a little bit, too. Besides just getting that tying goal, they've had, really their most offense in these last 5 minutes or so than they've had all night.
Yeah, and Totino has not had the possession advantage in the last 5 or 6 minutes that they possessed early on as well. As there was a foul, but Champlin's either picked up the pressure or Totino just hasn't been able to string it together to take possession. So, and those two things maybe worked hand in hand.
Carney is a little bit shaken up as he was coming upfield and got tripped up. I don't think it was anything too malicious or anything. Just
it was a nice move, and he just kind of spun back into that defender coming in and took his feet out.
Conroy taking the free kick here for Totino-Grace. Winkleman first to it here as it battles back and forth. Ball in the air. Swing and a miss there by Mara. Trying to get it free for an opportunity to cross the ball there. Now here's a quick shot, but that one's going to sail well wide of the mark as Maury lined it up.
Certainly had a lot of fancy footwork in a short space and a crowded space there, and did a nice job to get any shot off, just a little wide.
So goal kick here for Champlin Park. Knocked ahead and hammered out toward midfield. Egbajor racing in. Eagles will come back to Conroy. Looking upfield with it, Amara. And spinning away. Nice little move there in traffic by Darba. And let's see, did this ball go out? It looks like, yeah, so it'll be a throw for Totino-Grace. I think the center referee didn't see the flag go up initially.
Well, the bench players were helping him out.
Yeah, and the crowd too. I think I could hear a little bit below us here. Spinning loose, trying to get a shot, but that one will sail way up high and wide off the left foot of Carney. So a goal kick coming up here for Champlin Park. It was 0-0 for a long time. Then the Eagles broke free, got one, but Champlin Park answered, and that's where we sit now, 1-1, ticking down. And you getting late enough in the game that you probably feel safe saying next school wins this one if somebody's able to put one in. Not for sure, but certainly could be the case. So you always want to be making sure that, you don't want to be overly cautious, but you want to make sure you're making the safe play too late in this game. Lifted out front and way out to try and play it. The keeper can't get to it. Calkins, I think they were thinking maybe it could be offside there, but not the case, and he couldn't get there.
Certainly dodged a bullet. It's a dangerous play when that goalie comes out and doesn't get the ball.
Going to be a throw-in for Grace. Baugh did not think so. So Totino-Grace triggering it back in. However, it bounces over to Baugh and then right back out of play again.
I think they're calling it an illegal throw, giving the ball back to Champlin.
Yep. And send a referee over just to make sure they're on the same page there. Knocked back out to midfield. Grace looking to counter. They've got some numbers. Trying to send it ahead. It is onside, but Amara's not going to get there prior to Egbujor getting there.
Taking their time, making sure they got a bunch of people up in the attack.
Oh, Darby, that was clearing that one, by the way. 37, not 27. Thrown out front. And back out. They're going to start from the top again as Conroy will look to switch fields. Keller looking for an opening here for Grace. Rafter will try to play it up the line, but didn't hit it the way he wanted to there. Sub coming in for Champlin Park is Mensa.
Number 10, Corey Mensa.
Totino-Grace trying to sneak a quick one in, or was it Champlin tried to sneak a quick one in, but they got to let the sub enter.
And it'll roll out off of Grace despite the steal there by Vettel. Mensa trying to step to the middle, got the ball ahead. Baugh avoiding Conroy, but then stopped in his tracks on a nice step up there by Yeager. Now the Eagles looking to counter. Tried to send one through, but broken up there by Dvorak, and now sent goalward. It's missed by the keeper. And looks like he's shaken up as well here. Calkins is struggling to get up. And now whistle sounds as he came out for that ball, and it looks like he's favoring one of his legs. And it should be turned an ankle, or watch him come out and plant right there and just looked awkward going down.
Look, maybe that right ankle when he planted and tried to recover. Of course, he's pushing with it now, so I'm not sure quite what it is. The backup goalie for Champlin suddenly spring into life. To,
Evan McAdam, who had been the starter, and they're kind of are, as we said earlier, not necessarily one or the other considered the starter at this point, but looks like he might be pressed into action here.
And if you're Champlin, that's a nice problem to have two quality goalies to be able to field the team with. And hopefully he's up and walking. Hopefully it isn't too much. Looks like it's his left leg that he's having some issues with. He of course doesn't want to come out of the game, but because they stopped the clock for him, he is going to have to.
And this is where, if you're Scott Dossett, you really want to get an honest answer from your guy here too, though, because obviously you're going to, you're subbing in McAdam for him right now, but, do you put him right back in? The way he's walking, I would say no. I would say definitely not.
He's walking pretty gingerly, but if we take the other scenario, for instance, and he seemed to be okay, it's a tough call. He's had a good game. He made the saves that he probably should have, and that's the one that coaches get second guessed on all the time. Do you? If it works out, you're great, and if it doesn't work out, it's not so great.
Although the closer he gets to the bench, I think the decision's
Yeah.
already been made for him, probably because he really is not walking well enough to go back in the way it looks right here. So.
Yeah, it looks like he pulled off his left shoe. Looks like a left ankle or something along that lines from what I can see from up here.
So we will restart play with McAdam now in goal for Champlin Park. He's going to try and throw this one up the side and got away from Burchill. Now taking Mara, chip to the outside. Rafter is able to run onto it. Tried to send it toward the net. It's going to be a corner kick coming up here as Burchill slid in and broke it up, but corner coming for the Eagles with it'll be under 9 minutes to go when they put their foot to it here as Rafter will, or actually not Rafter, looks like it's going to be taken by Vettel. Goes low with it. Conroy trying to control and does, but not a lot of room to work with there.
Sometimes that's a nice little ploy to go low and skip it around in there, and again, just see if something breaks free.
Sent ahead now, Eagles wanting to test the new Rebels keeper early if they can here. That's kind of a tough spot to come into, although you know, you're obviously hoping to get a chance to play too, so.
Throw in Eagles.
He's had a couple good touches now and able to run around the box a little bit, so he's probably settling in fairly well. Good long punt.
Bounces to Keller, knocks it outside to Rafter. Trying to cut it to the middle there, and Amara up with it now. Played back outside and near steal there, but they weren't able to come over the cleanly. Duran then now they chip it ahead, trying to go to Baugh. Boy, if that one gets over Conroy, it looks like Conroy might be shaken up.
Grabbed his calf. Looks like maybe a cramp on that side there, but you're exactly right. That sneaks by. Baugh is off to the races, and not much between him and the goalie.
Subs coming in here as Thompson will come back in here for Grace, as will Perriott. Rebels cleared that ball out intentionally, so the Eagles, I'm sure, will just give it back to them. They saw that injury here, so. Well, and I guess not. Knocked away and back out to midfield.
I think both teams right now are starting to feel that the end of the game is drawing near, so you aren't seeing near as much possession. You're seeing a lot more pressure, a little more aggressiveness, a little more taking chances, and hopefully trying to spring one through.
Free kick here for Champlin Park after the trip called against Grace. That one broken up immediately. Winkleman getting there though. Rafter overruns it a little bit. Able to keep it alive though, and now Thompson, who's fresh off a rest on the bench. They look to go back to the right side. Rafter shielding a defender, but overran the ball. Does drop it back though. Crossed into the middle, quickly broken up. Vettel. Keller lofting it toward Thompson and heading it to the outside, but way off to the side, and it'll be a goal kick here for McAdam and the Rebels.
I was going to say, I believe it's a goal kick. Goalie was holding the ball.
Boy, gaining first possession here is important off those goal kicks, and we get a penalty, or excuse me, a foul, a push in the back against Grace on that ball in the air.
Rebels quickly put it in play, trying to catch Totino in transition.
Eagles knock it out of play. Throw coming here for Champlin Park, but they were not nearly where the ball went out, so they'll make them do it again. I mean, about 10 yards ahead of where they should have been.
Trying to just sneak a quick one.
Burchill will trigger it in. Gets the return pass. Trying to come up the line with it. It's going to go out of play, though. Throw for Totino-Grace. And that header by Vettel goes quickly out of play.
There, that ball skips right by the defender there and gets into the corner. Looks like we'll have a goal kick.
So down the home stretch of regulation we go here, down to 4 minutes to go. A 1-1 score here.
Certainly see, you'll start to see a sense of urgency about both teams, and aggressiveness will pick up.
Winkelman lifting it ahead, but the Eagles come away with it. To the middle they go to Thompson. He scored the goal for Grace, but that one intercepted by O'Darby. Chip to the outside, trying to get Thompson some space. Rebels will hammer it out. Throw here for Grace. Rafter quickly goes into him. And then that back pass taken away. Rebels were hoping that they were going to whistle that one down and say he didn't throw it in the right place, but it didn't happen that way. And then he tried to send a pass far post, but timing wasn't there. It'll be a goal kick here again for Champlin Park. Winkelman taking the kick. And got their feet tangled up a little bit at midfield. It'll be Totino-Grace's free kick. Rebels are mad about the call, so they kind of got in the face of the Eagles a little bit there. There's the ball skipping away from Rafter, and he's not able to keep it alive. But that was a great example of what you're talking about there. I don't think in the first half that ball would have bounced that way.
Yeah, you could just skip it, see it skip, and just carry out a little too far.
Thompson was trying to line up a shot opportunity here. Now, long one not hit especially well and boomed back the other way. Conroy waiting for it to come down.
Nice play.
Yeah, no panic there.
There's your little skip through.
Nice job to run that one down. Little battle here, and Duran receiving it here for the Rebels. Drops it back to O'Darby. Slips there, and slipped partly because Thompson tripped him, they say. Minute and a half in regulation. Rebels putting it back into play. Headed to the outside. And knocked out of play by Conroy. Be a throw for Champlin Park. Well, you got to believe they want the ball on Baugh's foot here. He's great creator and finisher, as we saw earlier. And Burchill lost it. Rebels get it back. Now Baugh trying to get to it as they go under a minute and just pound it all the way down into the Champlin Park end. Winkelman getting after it.
They have some numbers if they can gain control. Champlin does a nice job. So now in transition, Champlin has the advantage here for numbers.
Header back the other way here. 35 ticks left. Baugh playing it to the outside. Knocked away, and it will be a Grace throw in here. So maybe time to come upfield once quick, but that'd be about it. Goes back out of play, and another throw in here, and it certainly looks like OT will be coming here. We go under 15 seconds to go. And knocked free. Served up the middle. The race is on, and they just get there. And regulation has come to an end here. So each team getting a goal in the second half. And our score at the end of 80 minutes here, end of regulation, is Champlin Park 1, Totino-Grace 1. We will have overtime coming up next here on 12 Sports.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
And welcome back here to Totino-Grace High School. Some bonus soccer coming your way tonight here as we'll get set to start overtime. Each team getting a goal in that second half as we'll take a look at the shot and the goal there by Thompson, scoring it for Totino-Grace. Then in the 59th minute, they're pumped up, but it was just less than 3 minutes later that Baugh answers off the great cross there from Virgil. And Champlin Park even things up, and in a lot of ways I think probably deserved it. I mean, that they started to play better right around that time too, so it wasn't terribly surprising, I think, Kurt, that they at least generated a good chance at that point.
Yeah, exactly. That was it was a great cross and great timing by Baugh to go get that. Totino did a nice job taking the lead and finally breaking through, and we're back to just back and forth soccer, it seems like. Totino to start that half seemed to have control and finally got one, and Champlin answered. That seemed to just even things back up, and they'll try to decide it here in the overtime sessions.
Well, and we should point out too, of course, an injury to Champlin Park's keeper Brandon Calkins late in regulation, and it certainly is, to all intents, appears that Evan McAdam will stay in goal he is warming up for Champlin Park right now. So a guy who has started for them in the past. So it isn't like a complete rookie coming in or anything, but still a little bit of a tough spot. But now he's got his, you know, he got some time in out there, and now he is ready to roll, I think, here for overtime. But we'll see which team comes out and, you know, maybe establishes something right away. That doesn't always mean you win the game, but I think it's something that's certainly a goal that you try and bring it forward immediately if you can.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got, I believe it's 2 10-minute sessions here, so it's you definitely want to get started and get the pressure on the other team, and if you're able to get things and score a goal in early in these overtime sessions, that's always a nice way to go. But you know, both teams, I would look for both of them to be aggressive, keep trying to create chances and hopefully finish something, and get that goal in this overtime session.
And looks like we are ready to go to 5-minute sessions here. So the Eagles control it here. Ball flicking it to the middle. Burchill playing it up the line, trying to go to ball, but it does not stay in play. Throw here for Totino-Grace.
So certainly with 2 5-minute halves, that just increases the pressure and intensity that both teams will bring out here. So they'll definitely lay it all on the line and try to win their game.
Try to go up the line here, knocked away. Grace's rafter will throw it in. Spun it behind Thompson a little bit.
So they tried to throw it in and try to skip it through there and see if they couldn't catch that forward, making that run. There it is.
Vettel sending it ahead. Uh-oh, McAdam comes out and loses it a little bit, but no harm done.
Yeah, I was able to track that down afterwards. It's like I said, it's slippery out there, so getting control of that ball sometimes can be a difficult thing.
That one broken up. Try to spring Thompson again here. And they'll lift it ahead. Thompson, ooh, got that kick way up into the face. And might see a yellow card perhaps here for dangerous kick. Maybe not.
See if how the official wants to handle it.
Does not look like there's going to be called there, but ooh, ouch. That did not feel good, I'm sure, for Winkleman there.
Well, he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Hammered out of there, a little bit beyond Baugh's reach. Sent back into the Rebel zone. O'Darby gets to it, and he was fouled by Thompson trying to get that ball away. So Champlin Park will get a free kick. Thompson trying to race in and win that one, and he got leg tangled up with one of the Rebels. Now lifted ahead. Baugh trying to chase it down, and he ended up clipping the back of the foot there of Keller.
Of course, the Champlin fans and bench aren't necessarily in agreement, but to no avail.
Throw in here for Champlin Park. Duran playing it ahead and quickly broken up. Thompson trapping it down there, got it to Morey. Winkleman breaks that up here. He's had a pretty good game for Champlin Park. Seems like he's stepped up at the right time more often than not.
Yeah, he certainly has stepped in and made the plays that they're looking for him to do.
Eagles looking to go to their right side, but it was behind Rafter, and kind of sloppy overtime, to be honest. You can see their teams are trying to generate some offense, but it's like they're skipping a step here. They want to just make it happen right away without having to really move the ball nicely upfield.
Yeah, they aren't. Neither team is possessing the ball for very long. They're taking one or two touches and trying to skip something through and get those forwards running on. So it's a very dangerous way to play, but can be effective at times.
Turned over here. Send across, and the Eagles trying to do a solid job of moving it up the field this time. But not happening on the initial play anyway. Baugh coming back to meet it here for Champlin Park. Loses possession though. Over to Rafter, right side for Grace. And guess who? Winkleman there to break that one up. Final seconds here of this first OT. Baugh is shaken up a little bit on the far side.
He hasn't been, since he lost that ball, he has not been up. But there he does get up and starts walking on his own. That's a good sign, but definitely limping.
Teams will change ends here and we'll put 5 more minutes back up on the clock.
You don't have to play in a full game, and in this cold weather, cramps can sometimes be an issue. That certainly looks something like what Baugh is limping around doing. But, yep, the teams, now you'll really kind of see the intensity pick up. 5 minutes, they're going to let it all hang out here and see if they can't generate some chances.
Eagles come up with the steal, but then Baugh gets it back. Broken up though by Grace. They'll try and send it up the left side here, looking get a ball that they can cross here. Drop back, and it just got away. Header is loose in front. And Duran gets back there to break that up. Now Baugh volleying it ahead. Overrun by Conroy. They wanted a dangerous kick call there on Baugh as he got his foot up near an Eagle, but didn't hit him. Now Baugh controlling it here for Champlin Park. Plays it to the outside. Romani trying to work free for a shot. It's going to be a throw here for, well, it must be Totino, yep.
I think it's a kick. Yeah, I think there was a push down there on the end line, and Totino getting a free kick.
And that one is not going to be on target, so they quickly turn it over. That could cost them.
Yeah, you know, now that gives Champlin definitely an opportunity to get some numbers up there.
Romani chipping it out front, and Pick racing hard off his line, and decisive move, got to it.
Yeah, he didn't second guess himself. He went out and was aggressive. And a lot of times that's the biggest thing for a goalie, being able to make up their mind quickly.
Battle for it high in the air here and hammered ahead. Conroy trying to wait and does a nice job again. He's had a couple situations like that where he's been under some pressure but didn't panic. However, then they give it away. Baugh gets a throw in. Let's see, did it hit Baugh too?
Not quite sure what they called, but they got a kick out of it.
Yeah, it must have been a handball maybe. Maybe it came up. And now we'll get this one whistled down. Play getting kind of frantic all the way around here. Some difficult calls here. Thompson then kicked the ball away, which the Rebels were not thrilled with.
Frantic is a good term to use. It's just both teams wanting every single call and taking advantage, trying to take advantage when they can, and that's the fun part of these overtime games. They get very frantic.
Peter McHugh returning to the lineup here, number 2 for Totino-Grace. Rebels trying to win that ball off the throw in. It is going to be Grace's throw here. Winkleman will have to play it into the Champlin Park bench, so a throw here for the Eagles.
Quickly putting it in play. Good change of fields.
Yep, McHugh will drop it around now to Keller. Back for McHugh, but overran that.
Yeah, that one little misstep, that little slip through. Now they're going to try to get ball one-on-one here on the defender.
Baugh trying to get around Conroy, couldn't do it. Conroy's going to have to play it out, though, as he was being pressured there by Mensa coming up. Getting late into OT here. They'll hit it right back out. And it gets out of play, so
1 minute.
It'll be Totino-Grace's throw here as we go under a minute to play here in this OT session. Bring it back to Conroy, and nobody there, so he's got a lot of room to switch fields here.
You can see Totino trying to put some passes together and build an attack and get everybody forward for this last 30, 35 seconds.
They will get a throw as they played it long and forced Champlin Park to clear. Drop back here, Rafter serving one out front. Knocked away, but still in a dangerous spot. Cleared once more, but McHugh stops it. And then a long shot will sail wide of the mark, and it'll be a goal kick as McAdam dove for it, but didn't get a piece of it. So that is going to be the final seconds ticking down here in overtime. One last long shot volleyed, but it is not going to be near the net. So we are going to end in a tie here tonight, Kurt, and probably justly so here. I think for part of the game, Totino-Grace looked like they were kind of controlling things, but Champlin Park battled back and played a pretty good last portion of that regulation, and then OT was kind of just back and forth, nobody controlling much.
Totally agree. Both teams it seemed like it was an evenly matched game, and it does end in a tie, and always are going for those wins, but it's tough tough to see either team lose, so the tie is probably, like you said, justly done.
So that'll do it for tonight's game here. Hope you've enjoyed the action, the girls and boys games here from Jim Totino Field. Our final in the boys game, Champlin Park 1, Totino-Grace 1. For Kurt Moss and all of our 12 Sports crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Fridley.